Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Some of the St. Louligans on hand here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. But one of the things we want to look at today, Ty, is that early in this season, both these teams come into this game. They have 3 points apiece. They're 1-1-0. Pittsburgh lost their last game to the Rochester Rhinos. St. Louis won their game, an away game against Tulsa. So they both come into this game. This is a conference game for both teams. Important, though, even that's very, very early in the season.
Your home opener tells you so much about how your season's going to go. You've got the great atmosphere here. You've got the expectations. You've got a strong team that already won a game on the road. I spoke with Dale Schilly, the manager of St. Louis FC, before the match, and he says, yes, we have to get off on the right foot. We want to be able to start to set up our routine in our park, that we come in here and we prepare. We have the personnel to do it. He mentioned the technical quality of his team and the fact that they will fight and battle when they lose the ball and win it back. But the main thing is that they come in here and they create a routine where they establish that when they're in their park, they are impossible to beat, and they come up with the results for this great home fan group that has shown up tonight and will continue to show up.
That is the culture to take for a professional atmosphere. When you play at your home venue, you want to be almost unbeatable, so that it's 3 points whenever you're playing at home. Again, an excellent view of the St. Louligans on hand here, but another thing we want to talk about is some of the players in the first 11 for St. Louis FC. A really welcome addition for the team coming back after MLS experience is Brandon Barklage, and he plays that all-important holding midfield spot, Ty.
Well, Barklage is really going to have to take control for St. Louis FC in terms of possession. He has that experience. He can make the players around him more comfortable and establish that possession game and some rhythm, because he has that experience at the top level here in the United States in Major League Soccer. Seasons with DC United, with the New York Red Bulls, and more recently with the San Jose Earthquakes. And so this is a guy who's been around the block a few times. He's coming back to St. Louis. We hope his professionalism and his poise rubs off, particularly in the midfield there, on the guys around him.
That's one of the things he said he really wanted to do coming into this league from MLS, was to perhaps help some of the younger players get a real feel for what it is to actually be a professional soccer player. Up top, as Dale Schilly sticks with his 4-4-2 formation with that diamond midfield, Barklage lying the deepest, Jamil Hardware up behind the two front runners, and those are the people we want to talk about. Brian Gall and Jeremy Lynch. Jeremy Lynch, along with the goalkeeper Mark Pace on the USL Team of the Week last week. Lynch had a wonderful game against Tulsa.
Yeah, Pace came up with those big saves to preserve the victory at Tulsa. But up front, Lynch, it doesn't take much. He gets a half chance and he puts it away. And you need guys like that. You need guys that not only are hungry for goal, but can turn what is a seemingly innocuous situation into a goal-scoring chance. And Lynch has that flair.
That is a real key to his play time. Notice that in the games he's played, at training sessions. He has one thought in mind: when he gets anywhere close to the goal, anywhere inside the penalty area, he is going to have a go. And most of the time, it's with his body between the defender and the ball. He gets in a good position, turns nicely, shoots with the other foot, shoots from distance, and he's really comfortable playing with his back to goal as well.
Well, and he has Brian Gall to offset him.
Yes.
I mean, Gall's a big target, and he's got the knockdowns looking for Lynch. He's got the flick-ons looking for Lynch. It's little and large, and it's a good combination in your strikers if you have that quickness of Lynch and you got Gall's size winning the high balls.
And they play off each other very nicely. Brian Gall is very comfortable coming back, perhaps sometimes as deep as the center circle. He will come back to find the game. As we talked about the games, the two teams tonight, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they come into this game 1-1-0. They lost 2-1 to the Rochester Rhinos last weekend. St. Louis, they're 1-1-0 also. Lost their first game on the road, which was to Louisville. They won their second game on the road, which against Tulsa. Now, this homestand, in essence, it's a big homestand so early in the year. 5 of the next 6 games, counting tonight, are at home here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. That's a huge advantage early in your inaugural season.
Well, you have to make it an advantage as well, because if you take it for granted and you stumble a few times at home, how much pressure does that put on you later in the season? those lost points. So it's time to capitalize right now on a big crowd, a great atmosphere, a team that played well and got a win on the road against Tulsa. Keep that momentum going, make some minor adjustments, but come on strong and take advantage of this home stand.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds, one of the older teams in this particular league. They were founded way back in 1999. They come in with 3 points, tied with St. Louis FC. What do we expect from them, Ty?
Well, it's a team, as you mentioned, it's hard to gauge. I talked to Dale Schilly before the game, St. Louis FC manager, and he says, we really don't know. It's our first time through the league, what to expect from these different teams, how uneven perhaps the quality of the opposition might be. And he's as curious as we are to see what the Pittsburgh Riverhounds can bring. He says, hey, we watch them on YouTube. It's not the same as being there, really having a full scouting breakdown of them. So essentially, he's going in just like us. We want to see what they have. We watched the Riverhounds, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, in their warm-up. I wasn't that impressed, but you can be fooled. You can be fooled. So we'll see. And Dale Schilly's going to have to react and see what he is able to see on the field for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. What level do they have? What kind of adjustments will he have to make with St. Louis FC?
The guys to really watch in their first 11, number 10, Kevin Kerr, and number 6, Rob Vincent. They were prolific, as a matter of fact, when they won their very first game over Harrisburg City. Kevin Kerr got 3 of the goals. Rob Vincent had 2 others. So they are difficult to contend with offensively. And Dale Schilly told me those 2 players in particular. But with Musa and Sam Fink at center back, Richard Dixon at right back, I think you're going to really like watching Richard Dixon, Ty. He runs from corner flag to corner flag. He really gets up, contributes to the attack. And a lone player from the Chicago Fire who has really been playing well ever since he joined the team, the left back, number 22, Patrick Duty.
Well, if you could get your wide defenders, your wing backs, contributing and adding to the attack and creating width for you, it starts to create a nightmare for the opposition because they've got enough to deal with anyway. And then here come the wing backs on the overlaps are getting into the attack, are serving balls in. Yeah, it's something you definitely want to have as a part of your attacking arsenal.
And Parker Marr and number 11, Charles Rankin, the 2 wide midfielders. Dale Schilly likes to call them the penalty area to penalty area midfielders. Those are the really, really strong workhorses for the team. They will continue to run for the 90 straight minutes. Don't know if we'll see either one of those players for the full 90, but nonetheless, they have been training. Their training sessions for this team is astoundingly competitive.
Well, I asked Dale Schilly before the match, I said, what are the strengths of your team? And he said, we have a good technical level. There's no problem with that. He goes, but what I really like is this team will work. When we lose the ball, we're going to fight and get back and win the ball again and start another attack.
That's Ty Keel. I'm Bill McDermott. We're going to have the starting lineups for you in just a moment. And the beginning of this inaugural season for St. Louis FC with their home game here against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And we'll be right back after this. You're listening to St. Louis FC Professional Soccer on the Big 550 KTRS.
Neighbor Pat Boone here. CNBC reports 30 to 60.
Starting
Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
And Bill, almost ideal conditions. It's slightly breezy up here on top of the press box, but down on field level, I don't detect any wind whatsoever. You've got a great surface, good width to play an attractive style of soccer, and hopefully the St. Louis FC team will exhibit that tonight.
So the first 11 for St. Louis FC, Mark Pace is the goalkeeper. The back four defenders, Richard Dixon, he plays at right back. He wears number 2. Sam Fink, the center back, wears number 6. Alongside of Sam Fink is number 14, James Musa, the captain, likewise a center back. The left back, coming up on the left back on a regular basis, will be number 22, Patrick Duty. The holding midfielder, as we talked about, is number 25, Brandon Barklage. The front runner next to the top 2 front runners is number 7, Jameel Hardware. He'll stay tucked up alongside of them. The flank midfielders, number 6, Parker Marr, and number 11, Charles Rankin. And the top 2 front runners, the 2 forwards, number 8, Brian Gall, and number 9, Jeremy Lynch.
Exciting times here for St. Louis soccer. There's great history in this town, and this is just one more chapter, Bill.
An excellent opportunity as St. Louis FC gets ready to take the field with their first 11 against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. This has been coming for years, Ty, and this is a legitimate opportunity for St. Louis in the person of this particular soccer team to get back on that national soccer map.
And let's thank Denny Long, too.
Denny Long Field.
Yep. He's commemorated. I just saw him last week at the women's game, the women's national team game, where they played which is a fine match against New Zealand's national team. And Denny Long, he envisioned this facility, and we're still enjoying it.
You know, and for all intents and purposes, this was the home field for the United States national team leading up to the 1990 World Cup. The 1990 World Cup team is the forerunner, is the real prime mover, I think, in one of the many ways for the importance of the United States in particular in World Cup. That 1990 team had a lot to do with it.
Well, the U.S. had not made a World Cup for 40 years. I mean, it was tougher. Only 16 teams used to get into a World Cup. But there was also Olympic qualifying in 87 and 88 for the Seoul Olympics. Steve Tritchu was on that team.
Exactly right.
And this place had 10,000 people for those matches as well.
And Steve, who coaches in this league now for Colorado, so we'll see him when he makes it into town. Steve Tritchu, who played in that 1990 World Cup, that then went on to play over in Czechoslovakia, even though the United States got blistered by Czechoslovakia in that 1999 first game. They came back, did well against Italy, lost to Austria, but for all intents and purposes, that entire team, the first 11 in particular, was made up of college players.
Well, Peter Vermees is over in Kansas City now, too.
Precisely. So we're just about ready to get underway here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, and there we are. St. Louis FC in possession. That is Brandon Barklage. Back to Sam Fink, the center back. Lays it off to the goalkeeper, Mark Pace. Formerly played at University of Tulsa and at St. Louis University. Off the feet of Rankin. Through ball into the penalty area. It's Richard Dixon. Leaves it for Mark Pace. Just underway here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. I'm Bill McDermott alongside his Ty Keogh. Mark Pace tried to play it out of his own backfield. Nearly gave it away. Alertly right back into his hands.
Some early minute jitters.
Long ball of field looking for Brian Gall. That's Brandon Barklage back into Gall. Flicked on looking for Jeremy Lynch. Good control of the ball by Gall. On the ground for Jameel Hardware. That's where he'll stay stationed, just behind those top 2 front runners. Number 7, Jameel Hardware. This is Charles Rankin. Played his youth soccer here in the St. Louis area for St. Louis Scott Gallagher. James Musa, the team captain, back for Sam Fink. Long ball over the top of the defense. Pittsburgh in possession. This is their goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson, who, by the way, is Jamaica's national team goalkeeper. And the Reggae Boys have been playing much better as of late time.
That is a team that has so much potential. They've had a few down cycles, but with his type of goalkeeping, they could start to turn that around again. A lot of talent in Jamaica.
Brian Gall for St. Louis FC. Looking for Jeremy Lynch. He attempts to get forward. He's fouled in the process. About 10 to 15 yards outside the penalty area of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Free kick for St. Louis FC. What we see straight away there, Gall flicks on, looks for Jeremy Lynch. He plays the knockdown, looking for the return to Brian Gall.
Well, Gall is sure to be a target on any high ball into the box here as well, along with Musa, who's moved up from his central center back position.
This will be sent into the penalty area, most probably by Brandon Barkley. He stands alongside of this dead ball scenario. Gall gets forward, as does James Musa. Sam Fink as well, both up from the center back position. This is Jameel Hardware on the free kick. Does it early. Cleared out by Pittsburgh. And the long clearance, looking for the two top front runners. Richard Dixon nods it down. Unfortunately, falls right into the path of that last offensive player for Pittsburgh, Max Talou.
And Dixon recovered well, though.
He did.
He made up a lot of ground in a hurry. So speed will compensate for a multitude of bad touches or bad decisions.
Duty tried to play it long, looking for Jameel Hardware.
There's Barklage, that anchor of the central midfield.
Mike Green for Pittsburgh. Down to the central part of the field for Talou. Pittsburgh in possession just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC. Good running, but likewise good defending from the Chicago Fire loanee, Patrick Duty. Runs out of play. Goal kick for St. Louis FC in the 4th minute, just underway here at the Denny Long Field at the Marshall Wireless Stadium inside the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
Bill, it's evident just in these early moments that St. Louis FC might be feeling just a little bit of the pressure of this big crowd. There's been a few giveaways and a few bad decisions at the back.
Yeah, they were much crisper in the early stages of both their road games. First of which was against Louisville, then against Tulsa. The change of play. Richard Dixon comes out of right back. This is Brian Gall, who will go back to find the game in deep positions like that. Into Jameel Hardware, but he's whistled up offside.
Well, Brian Gall, he's 6'5". He's a target player, obviously. He's a good goal scorer. But he's got very good feet and good touch. He showed
very
good vision
good with
there.
his feet, yes.
Just an impatient run to be caught offside by Hardware. Jameel Hardware, number 7. Breaking through and clearly offside.
Clearance coming up out of the backfield from the goalkeeper. Ryan Thompson, the long clearance, looking for the top 2 front runners. Talou, eventually cleared by Richard Dixon, looking for Gall. Can't quite do so. Pittsburgh on the attack yet again. Good ball on the ground into the penalty area, right at the feet of the striker. Hardware back to help out defensively. Gall couldn't bring it down inside the center circle. Brandon Barklage on the tackle.
Strong challenge at midfield. You like to see some steel at midfield.
Parker Marr on the dribble. Tried to get it to Richard Dixon advancing. This is Kevin Kerr. He's troublesome. Cross coming in from Tyler Pasher. Pasher will do the attacking on this left flank tie. One of the newer players signed by Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Hey, that was a quality-driven cross.
Canadian national team player, number 11, Tyler Pasher.
Yeah, no chance for Mark Pace, the St. Louis FC goalkeeper, to cut that out.
Much better now for Pittsburgh as they keep the ball on the ground just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC. Jameel Hardware back to help out defensively to Patrick Duty, the left back. Long ball up the left flank looking for Brian Gall. Gall keeps it very nicely. Lays it off for Charles Rankin. Pittsburgh defending and clearing. They come out of their own end. The long change of play for Pittsburgh. This is number 4, Max Talou.
I thought that was an encouraging ball out of the back by St. Louis FC to Brian Gall at that left-hand side a moment ago. If we can use that width and get Gall making those runs, he will be able to break through.
If you can find him in a wide position, isolated with that last defender, they will play him with the long ball. Into the 7th minute, just underway here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Still no score as St. Louis FC plays their very first home game here in their inaugural season, 2015. Long cross, which Mark Pace has no difficulty dealing with. The early release and distribution for
clean.
Parker Marr. Trying to play towards that right wing corner flag, looking for Jeremy Lynch. That goes out of play. I'd like to remind you that Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service. For convenience and value, get into Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Max Talou cut out by Hardware. On the ground for Gall. Charles Rankin for St. Louis FC. Left midfielder for Patrick Duty, the left back. Not on to go forward, so he plays James Musa sideways for his fellow center back Sam Fink. Sam Fink, who played his intercollegiate soccer at Wake Forest. Get the ball at his feet is Fink looking for Gall. Flicked on for Richard Dixon, up from right back. Barklage always available. That's one of the key components of his game. A long clearance for Brian Gall, who has a prolific left foot. Where he talked about his fast tie, his ability on the ball. We saw it right there.
Very nice bit of skill there exhibited by Brian Gall there. Under tight pressure, still able to have the presence of mind to lift the ball and lift it perfectly. Not too high, just enough to control and keep that attack going.
A nicely flighted ball from Brandon Barklage. You get it from right midfield all the way over into the penalty area looking for Brian Gall.
Well, if you're Brandon Barklage and you look up right away, you're going to see Gall at 6'5". It's just a wonderful feeling. I played a lot of central midfield in my career, and if you had guys that took up that much space, like let's say a Denny Vanaker,
we're going to find you.
Yeah, you're always going to find him.
We're going to find him.
We've seen players like Brian McBride do that, over the years at St. Louis University and also with the U.S. national team.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds doing the attacking. Max Talou. Richard Dixon lets it run. Good kick for St. Louis FC as we get into the 9th minute. St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of St. Louis FC, as well as soccer in St. Louis. Recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the top 100 places to work 4 years in a row, Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen. That happened just a moment ago as Tyler Pasher, we talked about the fact he comes up from left back. He will get the ball over and he will join the attack on a regular basis. You know what? That was good defensive positioning, though, by the St. Louis FC captain, James Musa, number 14, with an excellent defensive header on a extremely well-struck and dangerous cross. James Musa, the captain, the center back, a New Zealand international player. Extremely good in the air. Knocked down from Jeremy Lynch to Jameel Hardware. This is Patrick Duty. To the aforementioned Musa, Fink, and Richard Dixon. Playing it to the extremes. Good work from Dixon coming up from right back. Tried to find Gall. Pittsburgh cuts it out, tries to get forward. They can't quite do so. The long clearance from Sam Fink. Looking for number 9, Jeremy Lynch. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Better than get caught with an awkward bouncing ball in front of you in your own half of the field. Lynch was one-on-one with that last defender. Couldn't get it off his feet. Tried to find Dixon. Number 3, Anthony Arena playing. Central defender. You have to keep the opponent's back line on their toes. Try something unexpected. Just a clearance over the top. See what happens. You can't play pretty all the time. You can't be sharp all the time. Dale Schilly said it many times during training. We are not good enough to ping together 30 different passes. Maybe Barcelona and 2 other teams in the whole world might be good. About it. Jameel Hardware fighting nicely in the center circle. Plays it for Barklage. For Rankin. This is Musa at center back. Tried to send it long. You're talking about that long ball. But those don't work up the middle. Not consistent. I mean, we saw Brian Gall make that nice run up the left-hand side about 5 or 6 minutes ago. We've seen Lynch do it on the right-hand side. Those work, and they spread out the defense. You played it centrally, that makes the center back look like an all-star every time. It's too direct consistently. People are going to cut those out with no difficulty. Pittsburgh in possession now on the right flank. Get into the 11th minute. Still no score between St. Louis FC and the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Inside the center, Pittsburgh in behind that last defender. Max Talou. Whistled up offside. In behind Richard Dixon was number 4, Max Talou. Pittsburgh whistled up offside. A good diagonal ball deep into the penalty area nonetheless. A decent through ball initially coming out of the deep midfield of Pittsburgh. Played out and through. The flag went up right away. We didn't hear the whistle. No, we did we? But making it run immediately was number 4, Max Talou. He's been very active for Pittsburgh so far, early going here. Getting into the penalty area on different occasions. Pittsburgh Riverhounds. I didn't like how much time that deep-lying central midfielder for Pittsburgh had to pick out that through. It was offside, but still, you don't like to see midfielders
be able to pick their head up and try and create those through balls that can break open a defense.
And that could very easily. That was 30 to 40 yards on the ground.
Yeah, and he had 15 yards in front of him of space when he played the through ball. I think that was their.
Barkley on the ground, looking for Gall. Pittsburgh again now defending.
It was Danny Earls, the number 16, the deep line midfielder for Pittsburgh that played that through ball. He had all the time in the world.
Irish captain. 16 is Danny Earls from Wicklow Town, Ireland. Pasher, left back in first 11 tonight.
Ooh, that almost
attempted through ball for Jeremy Lynch, cut out very nicely.
Almost sprung Lynch.
Anthony Arena doing defending for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Barkley again, who's always available. Again, trying to send that long ball.
That's fine. Stretches the opponent's defense, keeps them guessing. You can't be always playing the ball in front of the back line of the opponent. Makes it easy for the defenders.
G&W Meat and Bavarian Style Sausage Company is proud to be the official bride of St. Louis FC, celebrating 50 years. 50 years as a family-owned St. Louis tradition. You can't beat G&W Meat. Parker Marr
can play it to himself
on the ground
into the corner
towards the corner flag. Good challenge from Brandon Barklage up from that defensive holding midfield position.
Yeah, Barklage has shown us steel in the tackle, and on that one he showed aggressiveness in the air to win a high ball at midfield. And you take control of the midfield, you're going to win a lot of games. And Barklage has those capabilities physically and skill-wise as well.
James Musa for St. Louis FC. It's a good ball on the ground looking for Jeremy Lynch. Likewise, good defending from Pittsburgh.
Well, think about it, Bill, if you're on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds tonight. You're the visiting team. You know, you might want to get maybe a point on the road. Sometimes we've seen them go into a bit of a defensive shell. But, hey, what a great crowd to get to play in front of. The pressure's really on the home team. So you can tell these Pittsburgh players, they're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. They're loving the atmosphere, and they got nothing to lose, really. They're coming out here, and the pressure's on the home team to win in front and their home opener against a big crowd.
Tyler Pasher, that Canadian international, you can see that he immediately wants to get forward for that left leg. You know, you can tie up with what you just made. Mark Steffen said, if we can weather that first 10 to 15 minute storm that we know that St. Louis FC is going to bring to us in their home opener here, we should be okay.
It takes the crowd out of it a little bit.
Mark Pace, the goalkeeper for St. Louis FC. Neither goalkeeper terribly troubled so far early in this particular match as we get into the 15th minute. Still no score between St. Louis FC and visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Barklage tries to find Brian Gall for Parker Marr. Try to flick it on to Jeremy Lynch. Falls nicely for Gall. It's Toulouse for Pittsburgh. Pasher, but number 7, Jameel Hardware, is whistled up for that foul.
He's talking to Gall, but no yellow coming out, thankfully.
Saw in the foreground there. 10 shirt for Pittsburgh. It's Kevin Kerr. Scottish midfielder for the Riverhounds. Pasher now for Anthony Arena. Back to their goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson. For the top 2 front runners. Cut up by the defense. Pittsburgh back inside the center circle. Sam Fink defending on the head ball clearance. This is Parker Marr. Good running at right midfield. Wasn't on to go forward. He keeps it nicely and fouls Brandon Barklage, who's always available near that center circle. Barklage for Musa. Coming back to find the ball was Rankin. This is Sam Fink. Sam Fink for St. Louis FC. Dixon made the run. Lynch is going to try to knock it down for Gall. Gall on a turn. Charles Rankin for St. Louis FC.
Very graceful on the turn was Gall, and that ball was going on target until it was blocked by one
Brandon
of the
Barklage joins now.
Pittsburgh defenders. You hear the roar of the crowd as Gall pirouetted, spun, and smashed that ball.
Parker Marr from Sam Fink up from center back. Marr on the ground for Jameel Hardware. Good 1-2 with Jeremy Lynch. This is Jameel Hardware for Brian Gall. He's supposed to set up offsides, however. Offside against number 8, Brian Gall. Good work on the ground from Jameel Hardware to run right at that last defender, Tykeo.
Hey, beautiful combination work. The 1-2. And I'll tell you what, that was very close. I'm not sure if I agree with that call.
Gall looked to be onside when the ball was played to him on the ground on the angle from Jameel Hardware. Nonetheless, offside whistled up into the 8th minute.
But I love that intricate inter-passing and then a nice little ball across the ball. I don't know.
Gall looked to be even with that last defender, Anthony Arena.
You know, the doubt, if you're unsure that the advantage is supposed to go to the attacking player, I'm not so sure.
Error on the side of the attacking player. Still no score as we get into the 18th minute. Tickets for all 2015 STL FC home games are on sale now. Simply go to stlouisfc.com or you can call 636-680-0997 and you can reserve your seats today. stlouisfc.com.
The ball hit the post anyway.
As you mentioned, Ty, he's always available inside the penalty area.
Oh yeah, that was a very intelligent run. Really nice combination play by Hardware to penetrate the combination play into the box.
That's a good ball on the ground from Sam Fink to the feet of number 9, Jeremy Lynch. Ready to flick it on, spin, look for Gall, Andar get his own pass.
Lynch took a whack there.
He's fouled in the process, free kick outside the penalty area. Pittsburgh Riverhounds as we get into the 19th minute. Sharp ball on the ground from Duty. The referee was not ready for the play to begin. Nima Sakafi, the referee in charge tonight. Patrick Duty on loan from the Chicago Fire. That's the MLS link up with this USL team, St. Louis FC, the Chicago Fire. Spins it! Looking for Jeremy Lynch on the flick header. Nicely flatted ball from Patrick Duty to number 9, Jeremy Lynch.
It's a well-conceived set play. You can tell that was coordinated. You got the left foot of Duty, some strong runs towards the near post, just looking for the flick.
On the free kick, Duty flights it very nicely.
Well targeted, wasn't it? It's not enough on the header.
Lynch runs short, Gall runs long. Flick header by number 9, Jeremy Lynch. Into the first 11 tonight. Second time into the first 11. Mike Amersley was the starting forward alongside of Gall in the very first game on the road against Louisville City. We'd like to remind you that Veta Sports has 6 locations in the metro area. Indoor and outdoor adult soccer leagues, men's, co-ed, and women's divisions. Register a team or sign up. You can, if you'd like, for a house team. Details at vetasports.com. Veta Sports, where you want to play.
Barkley's doing so much work there to hustle back and really cut out that strong attack by Pittsburgh.
St. Louis dodges that. Pace to the feet of Sam Fink. Deep in his own area. The long ball for Gall. Chested down very nicely. Here's Richard Dixon getting forward. Good defending by the Riverhounds, number 11, Tyler Pasher.
Dixon had a head of steam going up, attacking from his right back position there.
And he will not hesitate to get forward. Number 2, Richard Dixon. Very comfortable playing with the sideline immediately adjacent to him. 25 years of age. Played for Charlotte last year in the USL, so he has some experience. Lamar wins that foul. Free kick for St. Louis FC as we get into the 22nd minute. Still no score here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Nice ball on the ground from Brandon Barkwidge on that dead ball scenario. Looking for Jameel Hardware. Hardware fouling, trying to get the ball back. And a free kick for Pittsburgh coming out of their own area. Hardware really active, continuing every game he's played for St. Louis FC. whistled up for the foul. Pittsburgh trying to get out of their own half. Hardware does the fouling, free kick.
Jameel Hardware, he's the third man into that attack. He's filling those gaps in behind Gall and Lynch. And when he runs out of midfield, and the timing is right, he's going to break through.
He's troublesome. This is Tyler Pasher for Anthony Arena. Right at the tip of his own penalty area. Nicely flighted ball, deep ball out of his own back foot from the former Houston Dynamo player, Anthony Arena. Likewise another very nice change of play for Max Talou. This is Tyler Pasher. The Riverhounds all the way back to their goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson. To the 23rd minute. Still no score here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. 5 of St. Louis FC's next 6 games, including this one, are at this home venue. So think the Finnegan, that's number 28, Vinny Dantas, Brazilian forward. Dale Shuey, the head coach for St. Louis FC. Tim Leonard, former player at St. Louis University. The goalkeeper coach is Brian Jones. This coaching trio along with Ralph Richards. He's not with us this evening, but they have been putting this team, starting with the opening training session February 16th, through a difficult first 2 to 3 weeks because of the weather, but tremendously competitive training sessions. Parker Moore, Jeremy Lynch. Brian Gall a bit over anxious. He's whistled up offside. Good work from Lynch again to receive and play it early on the volley.
Well, it's clear there's a good understanding between Lynch and Gall, which you love to see. When you've got two really skillful forwards that are also aware of each other's runs, it creates a lot of problems for the opponent's central defense.
Sometimes they're alongside of each other, Ty. Sometimes Brian Gall lays off a little bit deeper, but they will look for each other continually.
And then you got Hardware coming in as the third man on those long runs out of midfield. It's nice. It's attractive soccer.
Yeah, sometimes late to arrive is Jameel Hardware, but he's always anxious to join the attack. And this is the way you play. Pressure early, get it out of the backfield. If you lose the ball in possession trying to go forward, so be it. It's not time to hang your head. Get it back. That's a chance to score. Pittsburgh on the clearance. Looking for Betty Dantas. That's Sam Fink. Musa for Barklage inside the center circle. Very comfortable there is number 25, Brandon Barklage.
Under pressure.
Musa. There's goalkeeper Mark Pace as we get into the 25th minute. Still no score here. St. Louis FC and the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds. The games in USL tonight. Real St. Monarchs against Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Austin Aztecs against Arizona United. This is a big one. The defending champs, Sacramento Republic against the LA Galaxy 2 and Sounders FC 2 against Portland Timbers 2. Pace, the goalkeeper, watches that go high. Good attacking nonetheless from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Charleston Battery have 9 points. They continue to lead the Eastern Conference, and they look very powerful early in this 2015 season. Pittsburgh on the attack yet again. Just outside the penalty of St. Louis FC. Barklage comes over to help out. Max Talou, who's been troublesome all evening long.
He's got a bit of flair to it.
Brandon Barklage heads down for goal. Leaves it for Rankin. This is Patrick Duty. James Musa. Not on to go long, so he plays sideways for Sam Fink. Spreading it to his right back, Richard Dixon. On the ground for Jameel Hardware. As we mentioned, he's always anxious to join the attack. Likewise is Richard Dixon coming up all the way from right back.
I don't think anyone's covered more ground, more total yards in this match than Jameel Hardware.
He is working from sideline to sideline, always available behind those top 2 front runners. Gets a lot of knockdowns.
Yeah, he makes those runs deep from midfield, and he's right up there with Gall and Lynch almost immediately.
About 10 yards from the right wing corner flag. This will be a long throw in from Brandon Barklage. Barklage on the throw towards the penalty area spot, looking for Lynch. Falls for Hardware. And headed clearance. Pittsburgh gets it out of their penalty area, and they do the job defensively. 28th minute, still no score. Barklage keeps it nicely, looks for Parker Marr. Out of their own area, looking for Kevin Kerr. It's not on, and James Musa finds Charles Rankin. Musa up from center back, wants to go up the run. He does so, makes that last defender play. St. Louis FC keeps it on the throw. Make the last defender play. Connecting with Brian Gall in. Duty on the throw into the 28th minute. Jeremy Lynch, can he turn? He can't quite do so. Outside the penalty area for the always available Brandon Barklage. Sprays it out to his right back, Richard Dixon. On the ground for Parker Marr. Parker Marr is a shot. It's deflected. This will be a corner kick for St. Louis FC.
Well worth a chance as Maher cut inside and struck with his left foot. And it had enough venom on it. Decent save to set up his corner kick.
Marr always anxious to join the attack. Played for Missouri State. He's from nearby Joplin, Missouri. Corner kick from the right flank. This is Patrick Duty, left back. This will spin in towards Pittsburgh goalkeeper Ryan Thompson. Nicely flatted corner. But Ryan Thompson has no difficulty. Good, sure hands from the Pittsburgh goalkeeper.
He had to go through a little bit of traffic to get to. Didn't seem to be distracted whatsoever.
Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service. For convenience and value, get into Dodge.
This is what Pittsburgh wants. They want to slow down the pace of the game, take the crowd out of it a little bit, and frustrate St. Louis FC.
Tyler Pasher tries to head it down. Cut out by Patrick Marr. And Marr keeps it for Charles Rankin. Good initial touch for Marr again. Kept it nicely for Barklage. On the ground for Rankin. Wonderful through ball for Richard Dixon. Up from right back is number 2, Dixon. Overlapping is Rankin. Dixon outside the penalty area. Takes a shot! Headed for that far corner. Forced to make the save was the goalkeeper Ryan Thompson. Opposite flank to Ryan Gall. Yes, Jeremy Benz. Oh, just inside the penalty area. Jeremy Lynch had to go.
I remember that volley that Brian Gall hit, blocked by the Pittsburgh defenders. Here, 2 Pittsburgh defenders it took to keep that ball out of the net. So the Pittsburgh Riverhounds kind of hanging on just barely as St. Louis FC has put on a lot of pressure.
Take once again as Richard Dixon, who loves to get forward.
Yeah, it's a good pass from Maher. Dixon goes all the way across the top of the box and strikes a low little screamer. The right hand comes out, big save by Thompson. Then this is the chance here. Gall breaks it down and ended up being blocked by the couple of Pittsburgh defenders.
Brian Gall keeps it nicely. This is Patrick Duty in for Lynch. Lynch couldn't quite get on the end of that. Nicely flatted ball from Patrick Duty.
Now that's just the way you design it. The run was timed perfectly. The cross was delivered. Lynch just has to do better. He has to put it on target.
And if you lose the ball with your possession up top, you don't hang your head and get frustrated. You chased, probably have a chance to get a shot on goal. Many times that is one of your better opportunities to get a shot on goal.
Keep the play alive.
If you're interested in a refreshingly different banking alternative in the St. Louis market, well, welcome to the world of Triad Banking. Your business, your family, your bank. TriadBanking.com. The Pittsburgh players being attended to here. Lebo Malotto seems to be okay. Little Jock, Lebo seems to be okay. excuse me, I misidentified him. That is not number 22. That is number 21. Okiyama seems to be okay. He will come off. Come on, next guaranteed change. Into the 33rd minute. Still no score between the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
So this will be stoppage time added on, what they used to call injury time. Well, it was an injury.
Okiyama played professionally prior for the Indy 11. St. Louis FC saw them early in the exhibition season. Into the 33rd minute. That's Tyler Pasher. Just got his international clearance this week for the Riverhounds. Hardware again cups it out. And that's a yellow card. And that will be given to number 16, Danny Earls.
Yeah, it was a late challenge.
It was. It was late and was over the top of the ball. So Earls, the team captain, gets a yellow card. Formerly played in this league for the Rochester Rhinos.
He's probably tired of chasing Jamil Hardware.
I can assure you he is.
I got a chance here maybe to slow him down. So he gets the yellow card for
James Musa will get forward tie out of the backfield from center back. Brandon Barkley will flight this dead ball for St. Louis FC. Sam Fink comes over to perhaps join. He will not. Long ball into the penalty area. Excellent goalkeeping from Ryan Thompson.
Yeah, too much air.
Too much air.
Under that ball. Giving Thompson plenty of time to get under it.
Flighted, not driven by Barkley. This is Anthony Arena for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Played his intercollegiate soccer at Wake Forest. Former member of the Houston Dynamo. Played there with former World Cup star for St. Louis in his own right, number 11, Brad Davis.
In Arena, no relation that we know of to Bruce
Nope,
Arena.
he is not. St. Louis FC defends very nicely, comes out of their own backfield. It's Barklage for Parker Marr. Looking for the run of the right back, Richard Dixon.
That's
back
not
on for Pittsburgh is Okiyama.
Not that bad of an idea.
No.
Just switch the point of attack, spread out the opponent.
Short, long.
Yep.
Get it on an angle to the right back coming out of the backfield. It's Richard Dixon who will always do the running. Tyler Pasher into the first 11, making his first appearance this year for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Hardware again, keeps it very nicely for Parker Marr.
Dixon got a piece of it there. The crowd needs a goal, huh?
Yeah, positively. Good job there by Max Toulouse making that last defender play. Pittsburgh keeps it on this haul, on the throw. Dantas with the change of play. This is Hunt, Willie Hunt. Rito on the change of play.
Jamil Hardware just went down. Pretty sure that's him. I want to see that. He really hustled back. Make an important defensive play.
He does work from the tip of the penalty area to the tip of the penalty area. First corner of the match for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Doesn't weigh much, so he's not carrying that weight all over the field, but boy, does he cover some ground. He's what they call a water bug.
He is.
He's a water bug. He's everywhere.
5'7", 140. Diminutive number 7.
He's like a Jeff Cacciatore.
Non-stop worker. Attempted long clearance from Musa directly to the feet of Toulouse. Cut out inside the penalty area by Brandon Barklage.
Olay.
Good on the ball from Brandon Barklage. Breaking now for Sam Fink, comes out of his own penalty area to the feet of Brian Gall. With his back to play, they keep it for Duty. Another long ball looking for Jeremy Lynch. In behind that last defender from Duty. Excellent goalkeeping there by number 13, Ryan Thompson.
I thought there might have been some contact from behind on Lynch because he looked like he was going to get to that ball first. What a ball by Duty, though, huh?
Fabulous pass from number 22, Patrick Duty.
A well-timed run by Lynch. Gets over the top of the Pittsburgh Central defense. And this next touch here, he's held. See, they grabbed his arm. The referee missed, I think, what would have been at least a yellow card foul.
This is number 21, Okayama, who was off just a moment ago. Jiro Okayama. He may have to come off. He seemed to be favoring a hamstring as he did that chasing there after number 9, Jeremy Lynch.
But he grabbed Jeremy Lynch's arm, or I think we would have had a goal for St. Louis FC. He got away with it.
A beautiful ball flighted by number 22, Patrick Duty, from left back.
So Okayama, his hamstring, he thought he could maybe finish this game. You can see the tape on his left hamstring, but having to chase Lynch like that on that last play, that was enough to tear him, I'm sure.
So number 8, Mike Green, will come on for Okayama. Beautiful ball flighted from the left back, number 22, Patrick Duty, over the top of that last defender, Okayama. And
there he grabs his arm.
Held there at the last moment. Okayama tried to chase.
And threw Lynch off stride.
Brandon Barklage back for Mark Pace. Tyler Pasher, good clearance, was falling into the path of Brian Gall.
Well, Lynch was looking for Gall again. And there's some good stuff going on between the two central attackers for St. Louis FC.
Pasher with the long ball looking for Dantas. Barklage again with a little flick on. Kept nicely by Gall. Tried to find Hardware. Toulouse knocked it sideways. Handball whistled up. Free kick for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. As we get into this, the 40th minute, still no score. Benson on a free kick. And if you're looking for St. Louis FC gear, the St. Louis Soccer Park Fan Shop is located at the south end of the West End bleachers. It'll be open throughout the duration of tonight's match. There are also satellite merchandise stands at the Blue Chip Fan Zone and ITAP Craft Corner. As always, check out the STLFC online store at shop.stlouisfc.com. Shop.stlouisfc.com. Goal kick for St. Louis FC. Jeremy Lynch has been troublesome for his back two defenders.
Well, Bill, we're getting into the final 5 or 6 minutes here of the first half of play, and I think St. Louis has shown a lot of potential attacking-wise, a good combination play. They seem to understand each other. When they win the ball, they know they've got width. The wing-backs are good getting into the attack. They know they got targets up front like Lynch and Gall, and you've got those great runs coming out by Hardware. But Pittsburgh's game plan, just fine. They're playing on the road. They have frustrated St. Louis FC.
Without any question. Getting almost to the halftime interval, still no score. What's the key on the road in professional soccer, Ty? At least try to get a point. Brian Gall, who comes back to find the game on a regular basis, now joins, gets forward into the penalty area. This is Sam Fink, starting center back in the first 11 for St. Louis FC. Nice ball flatted all the way over to the left flank for Charles Rankin. Bounces into the penalty area. This is Ryan Thompson, very talented goalkeeper, has cut out quite a few balls. Some through balls for St. Louis FC tonight. Okay, 42nd minute, we've had a couple injuries, in particular to Okayama, so we'll have a little bit of stoppage time. Mike Green came on, he wears number 8 for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. He replaced Okayama. Pace on a long clearance, looking for Gall. The attempt to flick on for Jeremy Lynch. Just at the tip of the penalty area. Nice clearance by Tyler Pasher, the Canadian international. Looking for Max Toulouse. Toulouse being looked after by number 2, Richard Dixon. You mentioned Jameel Hardware. Richard Dixon does a lot of running of his own, Ty. Brian Gall looking for Barklage, keeps it on a sliding tackle, and keeps it on the throw. Very nice work from number 25, Brandon Barklage. The early throw, looking for Hardware. Parker Marr Good receive and turn from Brandon Barkley. Sam Fink just outside of his own penalty area for his goalkeeper, Mark Pace. Into the 43rd minute, still no score. St. Louis FC, Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Jeremy Lynch tries to knot it down, looking for Brian Gall. Cut out by Marr. This is Rankin. Duty joins from left back. Nice ball on the ground and a good tackle. Good tackle there by number 19, Willie Hunt. Not looking after Charles Rankin out on that left flank. Into the penalty area.
Well, St. Louis FC picking up the pressure here, hoping to squeeze a goal in here before the halftime interval. Still level for these two teams. And Pittsburgh Riverhounds, pretty well organized team. They know what they're doing. They don't feel the pressure here. I think they're enjoying the crowd here.
Presence in goal for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, number 13, Ryan Thompson. Jeremy Lynch inside the penalty area. Also Brian Gall, Sam Fink up center back. On his corner kick inside the penalty area. Yes, it's there! The late arriving Brandon Barklage. A wonderful goal for St. Louis FC. Got in behind the goalkeeper, number 13, Ryan Thompson. And there was Brandon Barklage appearing from nowhere and put St. Louis FC on top by a score of 1-0 in this, the 44th minute. Wonderful corner, better finishing from Brandon Barklage. Well, you said the pressure was being applied.
It was building. They win the corner kick. They make the most of it. Barklage in the perfect spot at the right time. Thompson, for the first time, caught out.
Exactly.
He ran into some traffic out in front, and you have to love the fact that St. Louis FC just kept going at it, kept raising that pressure level that we talked about, and now it paid off for him.
You saw Barklage coming up from a deep-lying midfield position, knew exactly where to position himself. This is Charles Rankin, leaving it for Jameel Hardware. Hardware on the right flank. Good work on the ball from Hardware. Attempted to take on that last defender, number 11, Tyler Pasher. Boy, he got through a lot of work time.
Bill, we had remarked on the cultured left foot of Duty, the left back. He comes up to take the corner kick. He puts it in a dangerous area for Thompson. Thompson not able to collect it. And Barklage there for the go-ahead goal. What a crowd reaction, too. Huh? Fantastic.
Patrick Duty, who played his intercollegiate soccer for Indiana, he assisted on Nikita Kotloff's game winner in the 2012 NCAA final when Indiana beat Georgetown by a score of 1-0. Those two players, again, teammates on St. Louis FC. Nikita Kotloff not in the first 11 tonight for St. Louis FC, but a beautiful ball flighted by Patrick Duty. Went over the top of James Musa, and there was number 25, Brandon Barklage. Parker Marr, who's been very active in this first half for St. Louis FC. There's the runner. In through the haze applied by the St. Louligans.
That was Duty again, coming up the left side with another dangerous cross.
Always anxious to join. Duty from left back, Richard Dixon from right back.
And a good near post run there, set up for Brian Gall.
Sam Fink, excuse me. He received the ball from Musa. Tries to get it forward, they do so. A long diagonal ball. Looking for Toulouse, nods it down for Tyler Pasher. Number 4, Max Toulouse. Taken off his foot by number 9, Jeremy Lynch. Back all the way to defend. Parker Marr wins the free kick for St. Louis FC. Brandon Barklage in the 43rd minute for St. Louis FC. As part of trivia lore in St. Louis soccer, the first goal scorer in the first home game. Corner kick from Duty over the top of Lynch and Musa, and there is Brandon Barklage perfectly
perfectly positioned, as you said.
And Lynch's run was important because Lynch's run is what distracted Thompson, the goalkeeper.
So Brandon Barklage gets that first goal for St. Louis FC. I think they applied more of the danger on offense.
Yeah, overall. I mean, think about it. Thompson had to make one very good save to his right. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds defenders had to block a couple of balls out in front of their goal, or there would have been goals for St. Louis FC. And just before the goal, we had talked about 2 or 3 minutes before the goal, hey, St. Louis FC mounting more pressure. You could feel that pressure building. They win the corner kick. They execute it perfectly. Barklage puts it away. Lynch makes a strong run to the near post, which I think was important, and a well-delivered ball by Duty.
Duty's been very active coming up from from left back, as has Richard Dixon from right back. But Brandon Barklage in a deep-lying holding midfield position anywhere around the center circle. He cuts balls out, and he plays that early ball on the ground. As we get a chance to take a look at the corner kick again, just over the top of the goalkeeper's hand, Stan Thompson. A rare error from a very talented goalkeeper. That was the first time this evening that he did not come up with the cross, but it went over the top of Musa and Lynch, and there was Brandon Barklage, and that's where it stands at halftime. 1-0 in favor of St. Louis FC over the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That's Ty Keogh. I'm Bill McDermott. We're joined by our producer, Jim Hewer. Let's take a break here, and if we get our halftime festivities, it's 1-0, St. Louis FC on top, and you're listening to St. Louis FC USL Soccer on KTRS, the Big 550.
All right, guys, you're clear. I'll go till about 3 minutes or so on the clock, and well, and we will also be joined by Coach Dale Schilly, head coach of St. Louis FC, in that post-game show. And who knows, we might even get Brandon Barklage in there if things hold up the way it is right now, because Barklage did have that goal late in the contest. Let's go through some of the first half notes here for you to start this game. We expected things to, at least for the FC, to come out flying and create chances. That wasn't necessarily the case for the FC in this one. It was a pretty evenly played match throughout the early part of the first half. It got a feel that maybe both of these teams are starting to feel their way through the first part of this soccer match here tonight. But it wasn't really until about the 16th minute when we started to see the FC start to make some chances. And in fact, in the 17th minute, Brian Gall had a shot that was blocked just outside the box. It was the first real opportunity that the FC had to score on the night. And then from there, the FC started to take off. Brian Gall and Jeremy Lynch are playing up top, folks, and these two guys are playing very well. Last week, Dale Schilly made the change to put those two guys at the top, and they have created chances. In the 18th minute, Brian Gall nearly had one go in. It hit the post, but the official called him offside. It was kind of a questionable call. You got to look at the replay of it here in the booth, and it did look like it was onside, but nonetheless, it did hit the post. Jeremy Lynch had a flick-on header that missed in the 20th minute. Those were all within 3 minutes happening of one another. Brian Gall had another opportunity, but to Jeremy Lynch, sending him in deep, but that one was called offsides. About 3 offsides called against the St. Louis FC in this one in the first half. As we continue on through our notes of the first half here between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the St. Louis FC, Parker Mayer had a shot that was blocked just outside the box at the 29th minute. 30th minute, just a minute later, Jeremy Lynch just missed hitting the post with a shot from the right side. Then a flurry came on right after that. You could get the sense at that point, St. Louis FC starting to feel the ropes, starting to make some things happen. That all within a 10-minute stretch of the first half here out at the soccer park. In the 32nd minute, we had our first yellow card of the day. Danny Earls picked up the first yellow for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. A hard tackle on Jameel Hardware. Basically, Earls was just frustrated. He had to chase Hardware around a lot and just basically had came away with a hard foul. He drew the yellow card. St. Louis FC continued with the pressure in the 37th minute. Jeremy Lynch stopped on a pass by Duty as he had a nice shot, but the goalkeeper, I should say tonight, Ryan Thompson for Pittsburgh, has made a few saves here and there. And then we went to the 44th minute. There was a corner kick. Things happened very well for FC on this corner. The first goal of the first home game for St. Louis FC off the foot of St. Louis, and Brandon Barklage, a nice goal. The goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson, came out, made a play for the ball, missed it. It was right on the foot of Barklage off of the corner. He made no mistake. Ball in the back of the net, and that's the way we stand right now. 1-0 St. Louis FC with the lead over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds after one half of play. Other scores to get to from around the world of USL. We had one final come in from Wednesday this week. Real Monarchs and the Portland Timbers, number 2, tied at 1 apiece in their match. That one was played on the home turf of the Real Monarchs in Rio Tinto Stadium. We had a game that was decided last night. It was the Richmond Kickers in the Eastern Division, along with St. Louis FC, getting a clean sheet over the Wilmington Hammerheads by a score of 3-0. Jason Yeasley had 2 goals for Richmond in their victory, and that was their first victory of the season, giving them 4 points on the year. Richmond now with 5 points, just 2 points ahead of St. Louis FC. FC obviously with 1 win, their win last week against Tulsa. That was a final from last night. Next week, here at the soccer park, we will get an opportunity to see the Rochester Rhinos. They are in action tonight. They're on the road taking on FC Montreal. We don't have a score in that one, but Rochester has 4 points here in the early going of the USL season. And FC Montreal, they're at home 0-1, looking for their first point of the night. So that gets you up to date on a few scores to know around USL Pro. If you're new, you're listening to the Big 550 KTRS here in St. Louis. We are live at the soccer park. St. Louis FC, their first home match of the USL season for 2015. They're taking on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. We're glad you're tuning in here tonight on the Big 550 KTRS. Right now, 1-0 FC with the lead. We're back out here next Saturday night. 6 o'clock pregame, 7:30 the kickoff, as the Rochester Rhinos will be in town. 5 of the next 6 are here at the soccer park for St. Louis FC. A couple of other scores to get to you if you're a Premier League fan. A couple of notes from action from today. Arsenal was a 1-0 victor over Burnley. It was at Burnley's place. Aaron Ramsey scored in the 12th minute for Arsenal. It was their 8th straight victory in Premier League action. In that match, with the victory, they now have 66 points, as they are now just 4 points behind first place, Chelsea. And Chelsea's going to do battle tomorrow against the Queen's Park Rangers. That gets you up to date on that score. A couple of other notes here from the Premier League from today. Aston Villa was a 1-0 victor over Tottenham today. Key note in this one, though, DeAndre Yelding from the U.S. men's national team got his first action of the day for the Spurs as he came in off of the bench, got some time in. It was his first appearance in the Premier League for DeAndre Yelding. You may remember that name from his time with the men's national team in the World Cup down in Brazil. Southampton defeated Hull with a clean sheet by a score of 2-0 in that match. Also, West Ham and Stoke. These were the 9th and 10th place teams on the table in the Premier League. They tied at 1 apiece. They both had 42 points coming in. West Ham and Stoke tie at 1. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace gets Sunderland today. They win it by a score of 4-1. Bolasie had a hat trick in just about 10 minutes of action. 4-1 Crystal Palace with the victory in that match. My name is Jim Hewitt. It is halftime. We're live at the soccer park. Let's take a break. When we come back from our break, Bill McDermott, Ty Keel will have the second half of action for you. It's 1-0 FC with the lead over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Stay with us. When Bill and Ty are done, we'll have our After 90 show. We'll go till 10 o'clock. Matt Bird, Zach Godak will join me in the post-game show. We'll also hear from Dale Schilly, and if things stand out, I got a feeling we might hear from Brandon Barklage and maybe a few others. We're live at the soccer park. We continue after this on the Big 550 KTRS. Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Park, 1-0 at halftime in favor of the standing St. Louis FC against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Both teams coming to tonight's game with 3 points. Both teams identical records, 1-1-0. And Brandon Barklage has the lone goal in this game so far after a corner kick from Patrick Duty. I'm Bill McDermott, alongside is Ty Keel. 1-0 tie at halftime, and some wonderful opportunities for both teams as they both continue to attack.
Well, we did like the attacking organization, particularly the coordination up front between Gall and Lynch. It's a very dangerous set pieces, well coordinated really by St. Louis FC so early in the season, and an expansion team. They look organized in the set piece situations. Of course, their goal came off of a corner kick as well.
Playing here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, shots 9-1 in favor of St. Louis FC.
Well, Bill, you and I talked about it just a few minutes ago. If you look at the saves, it tells you a lot. Ryan Thompson had to come up with 3 saves, and his defenders made a couple of really pivotal, crucial blocks out in front when he was out of a position on a couple of plays. 0 saves for Mark Pace in goal for St. Louis FC. It tells you a lot about what happened in that first half of play.
There's only one change during the first half. As a matter of fact, Mike Green had to come on for Hiro Okayama. He either had a quadricep or hamstring injury, so we're back underway. Second half just beginning. Pittsburgh Riverhounds flighted long by number 19, Willie Hunt. He tried to settle long for Dantas. Cleared by James Musa. Knotted down by Lynch for Parker Moore. He sent it towards the right wing corner flag. Thought Lynch was going to continue the run after his play.
Bill, I like the balance in midfield for St. Louis FC.
Parker Moore.
Yeah, Barklage is the stabilizing force.
No question.
He wins balls defensively, head balls, tackles hard, distributes well. You've got the mobility of Maher on the right. We already talked about how much movement have come up from Hardware joining the attack. It's a really good balance in the midfield.
It really is. You got Charles Rankin at left midfield, and what Dale Shilley, as I mentioned earlier, tries to, or what he does term box-to-box midfield. He does the running on the left flank. There's Kevin Kerr for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That cross coming in, headed out by Brandon Barklage. Just underway here in the second half. I'm Bill McDermott, alongside is Ty Keel. Bob Ramsey is on assignment tonight. And here is the aforementioned Jameel Hardware with stamina and speed to burn. Number 7, Jameel Hardware shoots it. Just look for the pass. Post! Oh, and the rebound. It fell to the feet of number 9, Jeremy Lynch, after a fabulous run from number 7, Jameel Hardware.
Jameel Hardware just breaks through. He does the right thing, a lot of composure. He hits a shot. It's partially blocked. Again, the Pittsburgh Riverhound defenders have saved a couple of goals with their blocks. But then it falls to Lynch, and you think it's a certain goal. But Jameel Hardware, he outruns everybody. He has some composure, real poise here to set up the shot. It's blocked, again, by a Riverhound defender. It's there for Lynch. That's a tremendous save. Mark that save. That could be pivotal in this match.
Great save by Ryan Thompson. The defending by Arena. Punch clear by Ryan Thompson. Just outside the penalty area. Here's Charles Rankin.
How did Thompson get to that?
Ball flatted in again by Duty. And that is Ryan Thompson. Good sure hands this time.
You know, Lynch was already celebrating. He thought he had a goal easily.
Rebounded off the foot of number 3, Anthony Arena, right to the right foot.
And what a reaction by Ryan Thompson to come over and cover that post.
Point blank range. This is Malotto, Lebo Malotto for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Cut out by Patrick Duty. Taikio, who is now at right back. Richard Dixon comes over to play left back to start off this second half.
I mean, it almost has to be a defensive matchup.
I would certainly think so.
Because Duty's left foot is really cultured, as we said earlier.
Tailor-made for
the left
back.
Yeah, exactly. But they didn't like the matchup.
So Richard Dixon, it looks like looking after number 10, Tevin Kerr right now. As I mentioned, Kerr had a hat trick in their first win over Harrisburg. That's where Pittsburgh Riverhounds got their 3 points to beat Harrisburg City 5-2. Kevin Kerr had 3 in that particular game.
And St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of St. Louis FC as well as soccer in St. Louis, and recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 4 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture, the right teamwork, great things happen. Worldwide Technology. We are at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park.
And Bill, we saw Jim Cavanaugh before the match. He was beaming. I mean, sellout crowd, perfect weather conditions. A team that shows the St. Louis FC team looks extremely polished for being an expansion team this early in the season. And now I know they're reacting maybe to the tremendous crowd and the fact that they're playing at home, and they got a good win on the road last week. Dale Schilly, their coach, I think has done a masterful job so far of putting this team together.
He really has. He's been putting this team through rigorous training sessions. Richard Dixon being attended to by the athletic trainer, Nathan Burney. Seems to be okay. However, I take that back. Nathan Burney indicates a change must take place.
Well, I think that's the reason we saw the switch to left back. He could stay closer to the bench and maybe confer with the trainers or the physios. He was flying down the right-hand side in that first half of play, no question. But Dixon's now partially assisted leaving the field here with an injury issue.
And taking his place, Richard Dixon's place, will be number 26, Greg Cochran. He's from Pennsylvania, from the Philadelphia area. He just joined the team this week. Yet another lone player from the Chicago Fire. So Dixon comes off, and number 26, Greg Cochran, comes on. Pittsburgh Riverhounds trying to get back into this one. They trail by a score of 1-0. We advance to the 51st minute. Patrick Duty alongside of Musa. Good ball on the ground out of the backfield. Intercepted and cut out, however. It's Rob Vincent. He will shoot from distance for Pittsburgh. Kerr, good work on the ball.
So Bill Duty has come back to the left side
has,
as the left back for St. Louis FC.
So the wide backs right now are two lone players from the MLS Chicago Fire. Ray Cochran at right back, and Patrick Duty at left back. Here's Parker Marr. Mike Eel talked about how active he was in stages of the first half. Another long flighted ball from Patrick Duty, looking for Jeremy Lynch. Another beautiful ball out of the backfield from number 22, Patrick Duty.
Yeah, Duty picks his head up, he finds the target, and he's very accurate with the left foot.
Yeah, homegrown player for the Chicago Fire.
He's no Marco Echeverri necessarily, who could open a can of beans with his left foot.
Or Wolfgang Obereth, as a matter of fact.
But it's a nice left foot. He's very accurate.
It is sophisticated. He got the assist on the corner kick. Patrick Duty now again. Play it in towards the right wing corner flag. St. Louis FC whistled up offside as we get into the 53rd minute. Brandon Barklage, the lone goal. There is Patrick Duty. He wears number 22, played his intercollegiate soccer at Indiana University. He's a Chicago Fire Academy player, and as I mentioned just a moment ago, on loan from the Chicago Fire. It's by Frank Yalla. Years with the San Jose Earthquakes.
Very classy guy, Frank Yell. Former Canadian international. Long time.
Yeah, many years in MLS.
Many years with San Jose in Major League Soccer. In fact, he more or less mentored Dominic Kinnear, who's had a lot of success down with the Houston Dynamo.
Dominic Kinnear, who has indeed moved back now to the San Jose Earthquakes. Yep. Good work by Rankin on the left flank for Jeremy Lynch.
He underhit it.
Trying to set it long for Brian Gall.
And there's Barklage winning another head ball at midfield.
Again cuts out another ball. Plays it for Duty. Musa out of the backfield for Barklage. On the ground for Rankin.
Good stuff.
Very nicely done. Good controlled pacing in tight space by St. Louis FC. Ryan Thompson, the goalkeeper, from almost his own goal line, just under the foot of Jameel Hardware, coming out of their own backfield. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds. This is Tyler Pasher.
Long ball, perhaps too long. A little chasing is Cochran. Cochran at his own corner flag arc, plays it off.
Wins the throw-in.
Very nicely. Plays it off that last Pittsburgh player. Keeps it on the throw. Does Cochran. Whistled up there on Greg Cochran.
Yeah, free kick now from the far corner flag, or very near the far corner flag for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Coming in from a dangerous position, Mark Pace will have to be alert here. Get into the 55th minute. Brandon Barklage in the 43rd minute off the corner kick from Patrick Duty. That's where the scoreline stands right now. We're at the Denny Long Field, Marshall Wireless Stadium. Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Thrown in by Rob Vincent. No danger there for St. Louis FC.
A good defensive cover by the St. Louis FC, marking backs and center backs, tracking the runs through the box and making sure there were no free headers for Pittsburgh.
Have you had a chance to visit the new USLsoccer.com site? You can get the latest news, live stats. Check out the new social media hub. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Follow at USL on Twitter. Become a league insider. Join club conversations. You have a chance at exclusive giveaways. All USL regular season as well as playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
Well, Barklage started the play nicely by spreading the ball just a few seconds ago, but here he's called for kind of an ugly foul out of midfield. It allows St. Louis FC to regroup here.
The player Brandon Barklage, 28 years of age, started his intercollegiate soccer career at New Mexico State. Then on to St. Louis University, was drafted by DC United in the 2009 MLS Super Draft, played there for 3 years. Then to the Red Bulls, played there as a right back. Long ball slided into the penalty area by Tyler Pasher, Canadian international. Plucked out of the air by Mark Pace.
And Mark Pace going full stretch to snare that one.
6 feet 4 inches of it. Speaking of Chicago Fire, Mark Pace trained with them early in this current season. Ball flatted, looking for Jameel Hardware. Can he contain it? Harbor does so, tries to cut it back on the dribble, couldn't quite do so.
He had an excellent first touch to bring that ball down, because Musa just blasted it out of the back. And Musa tends to do that, and I don't blame him.
He will.
If you got pressure from Pittsburgh, he just sends it. And Jameel Hardware runs under it. Great first touch, not quite able to convert it into a goal, but he was in on a breakaway.
James Musa not hesitant to send that last long ball. He did so on that occasion. Kevin Kerr from Pittsburgh. On the ground. That's a hard tackle. That's no doubt going to be a yellow card.
Yeah.
That's the right call. Yeah. That is the right call. That's a 2-footer from behind.
Yeah. That
is a yellow card anywhere in the world.
He still argued it. He said the guy dove.
Not quite. So a yellow card issued to number 14, the team captain, James Musa.
You nailed it, Bill. Anywhere in the world, that's at least a yellow card.
Played in the A-League in Australia at the tender age of 18 did James Musa. He receives the yellow. That is without question a yellow card. Foul number 28, Dantas. Diving headed clearance by Brandon Barklage. Knocked back in from Kevin Kerr, wears the 10 shirt from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh on the left flank. Played into the penalty area, momentarily touched by Barklage, then eventually cleared by Brian Gall, who was all the way back in his own penalty area defending. Jeremy Lynch from Parker Marr, back to the run of Lynch. Running towards that right wing corner flag, using his body very effectively. On the turn, on the dribble, Lynch across the face, looking for Gall, just a bit too tall.
Hey, impressive dribbling by Lynch there. Turning quickly in a tight space, under pressure from the defender. He's got masterful control of the ball the entire time. His balance, outstanding. The cross left a little bit to be desired, but really strong attacking play by Lynch, Jeremy Lynch there in the corner.
Jameel Hardware always prepared to do the running. Chaser of lost causes is number 7, Jameel Hardware. On a long throw, Brandon Barkovich left out of the air by the goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson.
Ryan Thompson already one massive save in the second half of play. Otherwise, St. Louis FC's got a really impressive and easy, perhaps, to close out 2-0 lead.
Spending the moment, Parker Marr. Cochran out of the back for Marr. Receives, turns on the dribble. Tyler Pasher back to defend for Pittsburgh. Foul listed up. St. Louis FC on this free kick. Ray Cochran replaced Richard Dixon just a moment ago. Ray Cochran will join the team this week for the Chicago Fire on loan. Long ball looking for Lynch, falls for Marr. Flick ball for Hardware. Brian Gall, can he get a shot off the quick release? Tries a tight space pass for Lynch, falls for Marr. This is Rankin. Late to join is Patrick Doody. Flights it and looking for Gall! Brian Gall with the snap header at the near post. Another nice ball flattened in from Patrick Doody.
And Gall nearly made it happen. A difficult ball to deal with because he really had to turn and really twist his body to get the right angle. And the shot only missed by about a foot. Great header, but again, a quality cross from Doody from the left side. St. Louis FC have picked up where they left off. I mean, they've really kept up the offensive pressure here in the second half.
Very much so.
I think it'd be nice for them, obviously, to keep this momentum, keep the crowd in the game, and get another goal here right away. You don't want to drag this out. It gives Pittsburgh some confidence that they can maybe get back into the game with a tying goal.
Deep line, Dantas. Doody uses his body to defend against number 10, Kevin Kerr. FC keeps it on the throw. Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers for the best selection and price on quality brand name tires and the best in expert auto service for convenience and value. Get into Dobbs. This is Vinny Dantas, Sao Paulo on the turn. Dribbling, pulls the top of the ball very nicely, does Dantas. Across the face, deep, but it's cleared very effectively by Sam Fink to Brian Gall. Tried to find Charles Rankin.
Yeah, Fink very well positioned there to cut that ball out.
Patrick Doody with the long clearance. Knocked back down from Danny Earls. Barkovich cuts it out. Plays it on the ground for Gall. Rankin joins left midfield. Charles Rankin for St. Louis FC. Jeremy Lynch withdrawing for the striker position.
Lynch mishit that, but Cochran hustled. Actually, it was Parker Maher who hustled and made something out of it.
Made the play happen, did Parker Maher. Trying to get Ray Cochran into the attack on right back into the 63rd minute. One goal still holding up from Brandon Barkovich. Was in the 43rd minute off the corner kick from Patrick Doody. Chested down, then a long clearance from Sam Fink. Hunt throws it to his goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson. And chested down for Marr. Cochran. James Musa with the yellow. This is Doody. Left bank, and always willing and anxious to join. Not on to go forward to James Musa. Just keeps it. Long ball for Jameel Hardware, just outside the penalty area. On the dribble, turns, faces, loses it on the dribble, but falls to Parker Marr. Just outside the tip of the penalty area. Plays it in very nicely, looking for Brian Gall. Third is the goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson.
Well, St. Louis FC's captain, James Musa, he goes for that long ball a lot, but it's worth doing because he strikes it pretty accurately, and he's got some great runners up front.
And it's not too terribly direct high. As you pointed out, the key word, it's accurate.
Yeah.
It's at people's feet. Right
They're making those runs. I mean, Hardware's making it out of midfield. Lynch is making those runs. Gall is making those runs. So hey, go for the long ball if it's on. Why not?
They can make a play. Another change for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, number 7. Stephen Okai, Ghanese player. He comes off for number 4. Next to Lou. Lou was very troublesome in the first half for the last 20 to 25 minutes in particular in that first half.
Bill, this is what you look for now. You expect Pittsburgh maybe to risk a little bit more. Start sending a few more players into the attack to try and get a goal, steal a point on the road. Now is the time St. Louis FC, if they're shrewd about it, they could get a goal on the counterattack if Pittsburgh overcommits.
Watch for that to possibly take place. This will be a free kick for the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC.
Just 25 minutes remaining, so Pittsburgh's got to make their move. They have to start pushing some players forward.
Rob Vincent on this free kick. Danny Earls, the team captain, very active, strong tackler, digs a lot of balls. Out, in, and around that center circle, plays them early, gets the attack started. Benson on a free kick. He's from Liverpool, professionally in 2013. We're talking with Levo Moloto, James Musa. Sam Fink on the clearance. Slided into the penalty area by Rob Vincent. Bounces once. Perhaps kept in play by Sam Vincent. Sam Fink, excuse me, no, it was not. It'll be a corner kick.
You have to like Sam Fink, though. No nonsense.
No nonsense.
No nonsense defender.
If it's dangerous, clear it.
And plus, he'll put some muscle on the opposing attacker, too.
Into the penalty area, Mark Pace. Punch it clear.
He gets enough on it.
Just enough. It's cleared partially, but nonetheless, it works. Rankin for duty. Long ball out of his own backfield, looking for Jeremy Lynch. Will it bounce twice? It doesn't. Cut out by that defender who just came on, Stephen Okai.
How about that defensive pressure there by St. Louis FC? There's 4 guys attacking that ball.
Make the last defender play. Here's the defending.
Defensive play by Fink here.
The ball coming in.
Oh, this is the punch.
Mark Pace punch is
Pace,
clear.
yeah.
Placed the goalkeeper of the USL Team of the Week last week for St. Louis FC. And win over Tulsa.
And when I spoke to Dale Schilly before the match, he says, I asked him, what are your team's strengths? What do you like about your team? He says, well, we're good technically, but we also work. We work to win the ball back. We see that when they pressure the ball. You see 3 and 4 guys pressuring the ball at midfield for St. Louis FC.
They've been doing it in their training sessions. They want to win the ball back, as high as possible, as often as possible. So into the 68th minute. St. Louis FC still on top of that lone 1-goal lead. St. Louis FC to make the change. Entering the match will be Jacob Bouchou, yet another player who played for Indiana University. With Kotloff in duty, played on that NCAA championship team in 2012. That was the Hoosiers' eighth NCAA title. Coming off from St. Louis FC will be number 11, Charles Rankin. Rankin, by the way, who played professionally for Portland in 2012. At the under-19 level, Rankin trained with Arsenal, in 1860, was an under 17 residency player. Jacob Bouchou comes on, takes ranking spot. Low corner at the near post, flicked on, then eventually cleared. By Brian Gall, all the way back defending.
Yeah, he's done a nice job coming back.
Tyler Passion from Malotto. Falls again to Passion, just outside the penalty area of St. Louis FC.
And it was Barklage winning another header there defensively for St. Louis FC.
Barklage backs up just deeply enough, right in front of those two central defenders, James Musa and Sam Fink. 70th minute. On pace, the goalkeeper for St. Louis FC. In his intercollegiate soccer career at St. Louis University, he finished at Tulsa. He was the team's defensive MVP in 2012. Here's a through ball, just arriving onto the scene is number 17, Jacob Bouchou. Keeps it inside the penalty area. Looks for Duty, finds him. This will be sent over, and it is by Duty! Brian Gall deflected down to his feet on the turn, Brian Gall! Just wide, but Duty again sending another dangerous ball into the penalty area.
Very accurate cross. Gall's header not on target, but deflected, and the attack was still on. And this is where you want to just bury the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, get that second goal and really take any momentum from them. And Duty, he curls such a nice ball here because it's bent. There's Gall, hits a defender, drops out front.
Cochran defending for St. Louis FC. Mark Pace off his goal line very alertly, right in front of the St. Hooligans.
Well, Mark Pace has not had a lot to do, not a lot of action in this match, but that's starting to change a little bit here as Pittsburgh is putting more players, more numbers into the attack.
Good save by Mark Pace. That shot by Malotto. Led the ball that has to be cleared, and it is eventually by Jeremy Lynch to the 71st minute.
Good reactions by Mark Pace on the last couple of plays. He's getting off his line quickly.
Brian Jones, the goalkeeper coach for St. Louis FC, says he is one of, if not right now, the best goalkeeper in this league. Very sure-handed coming off his goal line.
He's been forced to punch a couple
Yes,
times here. Yeah, but he's got enough of distance on those punches to clear the danger.
Now the Pittsburgh Riverhounds setting up defensively. This is Willie Hunt, who is now central for the Riverhounds. Number 7 just on is Stephen Okai. Tyler Passion for Okai. Sprays it out on the left flank. Not on to get it over. Pittsburgh does so. A different angle. Trouble there for Mark Pace at the 73rd minute. St. Louis-based Worldwide Technology is a proud supporter of St. Louis FC, as well as soccer in St. Louis. It's recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best places to work 4 years in a row. Worldwide Technology understands that with the right culture and teamwork, great things happen.
What do you think, Bill? Reward this crowd, this sold-out crowd, with another goal?
Positively.
I hate to see this go down to the final seconds. Nail-biting.
And your home opener.
Yep.
For 10, Kerr leaves it. Okai, yes, it's there! Yes, it's there! From number 28, Vinny Dantas. That seemed almost inevitable, Ty. You had talked about it.
Yeah, Pittsburgh started putting more players into the attack, upping the pressure. I was hoping that St. Louis could use that. St. Louis FC used that for a counterattack possibility, but instead, St. Louis FC could not quite get that ball cleared. The ball is kept alive. Good hustle by Pittsburgh. Look at all the Pittsburgh yellow and white shirts in the St. Louis FC penalty area. They applied the pressure, they kept it on, they forced the issue, and they made it happen.
And a dangerous ball played in by Stephen Okai Low, hard, on the ground. All it needed was a redirection. It came off of Musa. On the turn, it was number 28, Vinny Dantas.
And it got under Mark Pace, but you can't fault him. The ball was hit strong, low, and from close in.
Good ball into the ground from number 7, Stephen Okai.
73rd minute.
And the shot through the legs of the defender out in front of Pace as well.
I think almost defended. It fell off of Musa. And one apiece in the 74th minute. You had that feeling that one goal was not going to be sufficient. It hasn't proved to be. Patrick Duty tried to get forward on the dribble, left flank.
Now we definitely need that other goal to preserve or come up with the 3 points here at home.
To keep with your theme, Ty, you have to preserve your home venue.
Well, you want to establish that routine that you come out here and you get organized and you make it really difficult for the opponent and you get your 3 points.
She tried to send it long for Jeremy Lynch. We get into the 75th minute.
Dale Schilly contemplating a substitution here. Mike Ambersley could be that offensive spark.
Possibly. Veteran of this league, the first player signed by St. Louis FC. The 15 is Mike Ambersley. Likewise, yet another player on St. Louis FC who played his intercollegiate soccer at Indiana. NCAA championship for the Hoosiers in 2004, as a matter of fact.
If I'm not mistaken, that 2004 championship coached by St. Louis and Mike Freitag.
Freitag, a former Hoosier himself. Jeremy Lynch comes off. Wearing number 9. Coming on is number 15, Mike Ambersley. Perhaps Ambersley is that spark.
He is an opportunist.
Oh, without any question.
He's quick around the goals.
And will shoot from anywhere. Number 15, Mike Ambersley. The throw. St. Louis FC can't quite get it over. It's chested down by the central defender, James Musa. Foul whistle up against number 22, Lebo Maloto. Free kick for St. Louis FC. In a dangerous position on the field, perhaps a bit too direct. You'd like to order an angle. Nonetheless, this will be sent into the penalty area by Patrick Duty. Patrick Duty for St. Louis FC has the assist. Brandon Barkwood's 43rd minute goal. Curled in. One-touch clearance. Out of danger, out of the penalty area. Throw, Patrick Duty.
Pittsburgh with 10 field players behind the ball right now. They'd be very pleased to come away with 1 point here.
Get a point on the road. Jameel Hardware. Received, turned, tried to get inside volley, couldn't quite do so. Into the 78th. G&W Meat and Bavarian Style Sausage Company is proud to be the official brat for St. Louis FC, celebrating 50 years of the family's St. Louis tradition. You can't beat G&W Meat. Pittsburgh on the attack now. Good ball into the feet of Dantas, the goal scorer for the Riverhounds. On the dribble, one step over, Dantas at the tip of the penalty area arc. Here's Tadler, Pasher with the shot, and what a save by Mark Pace at that near post. Good work from Dantas on the dribble. Finds Pasher, who hits it first time. Wonderful save by Mark Pace.
Dantas very good with the sole of his boot there, keeping that attack alive. And Pace reacting extremely well to his right again. He made another good save earlier to his right. This one was even better.
Good work by the goalkeeper, Mark Pace. It's just Kevin Kerr for the Riverhounds. Sends it long for Maloto. Actually cleared by Musa. Goalkeeper Ambersley. Tried to flick it on for Jameel Hardware. Pittsburgh can't quite clear it out of their own area. Hardware gets on the end of it. Into the center circle on the dribble for Brandon Barkledge. Looking for Duty, a rare giveaway from Barklage on the pass. Kevin Kerr for the Riverhounds. Maloto, Barklage defending. Stephen Okai. He started the goal by playing the ball into the penalty area on the ground. Started that play, which resulted in the goal, which made it 1-1 for the Riverhounds late in this game as we get into the 79th minute. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. You can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Girls keeps it nicely on the dribble. Dantas can't turn. This is Okai, Stephen Okai, who entered in the second half for Pittsburgh. Change of play cut out by Jacob Bushu into the center circle on the dribble. He's number 17, Jacob Bushu. Patrick Duty for St. Louis FC. Cool, calm, and composed on the build-up, St. Louis FC. It's not on to go forward, so Barklage receives from Duty. This is Sam Fink into the 80th minute. Fink trying to find Cochran. Coming up from right back. Stephen Okai. Up to Maloto. He brought it down with his hand. Free kick for St. Louis FC into center circle. Quick free kick by Hardware, not allowed. Musa, Barklage, James Musa again. Ground for goal, comes back to help get it out of his own backfield. Ambersley doing the chasing against Willie Hunt. Musa, Clark, Fink to the 81st.
Well, we've got good possession here by St. Louis FC, but that's not going to do it. They're going to need a penetrating pass or a flick on, something to break down, as Pittsburgh has 10 players behind the ball.
Everybody back defending. Very simple here. Get a point on the road. Perhaps get 3 on a quick counter.
Well, you almost have to try some longer balls. Look for a knockdown. Look for a loose ball. And test those center backs. See what happens.
Goalkeeper Thompson on the clearance. Got this inside the center circle. Uses his body, turns, plays it on the ground. Kevin Kerr. Sam Fink trying to play the ball out of the backfield on the ground, looking for Gall. Cut out by Okai. Got this from Vincent. Pasher. Fink defending. Hardware's held. And a yellow card given to number 7, Stephen Okai, as the 2 number 7s battle. This is the 82nd minute.
Well, the Brazilian forward for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Dantas, very skillful. He loves the sole of his foot. He's sort of got the Stan's Jamaica big body, too, and he uses the sole of his foot like Stan did.
Vinny Dantas, he has the tying goal for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Heads down for Marr. Breaks loose for Hardware, but only momentarily. This is Jacob Bushu. Fink out of his own backfield for Bushu.
Good build-up here by St. Louis FC.
Busa for Duty. Pittsburgh, everybody back to defend. Make the home team play. Excuse me. Long for Barklage, looking for Hardwick. Asher cuts it out and changes it. Early ball on the ground from Duty. Gall inside the center circle for Ambersley. Ambersley couldn't quite run onto it. Good attempt nonetheless from Brian Gall.
But Ryan Thompson very alert to get off of his line to make the play because Ambersley looked to be making the well-timed run to keep himself onside. The ball played through. Duty started it on the left-hand side again. Now there's an injured player down for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Hunt, that last defender.
Ambersley just about broke through.
And Willie Hunt falls over his goalkeeper and falls awkwardly. After chasing Mike Ambersley, he jumped over his goalkeeper to avoid the collision. Fell awkwardly. We'd like to remind you that you can follow St. Louis FC, STLFC on social media. Stay up to date with everything going on in the club. By liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. As always, visit stlouisfc.com, stlouisfc.com. You can get information about the team, tickets, merchandise, much more. stlouisfc.com.
A really big play there a moment ago by the Pittsburgh goalkeeper, Ryan Thompson. But go back to that save.
You said
I said mark that save early in the second half. He made that tremendous stop off of Lynch to his left, and that really ends up, I think, being the difference maker in this match, because if St. Louis FC gets that goal early in the second half, you're looking at a completely different match than we're looking at right now.
Dramatically different.
So Ryan Thompson, I would say he's player of the match for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, their goalkeeper, just for that save against Lynch.
What does every coach in the world tell you? Our goalkeeper has to occasionally come up with one or two great saves.
That was a big one, and it was only about 2 minutes into the second half.
Sam Fick now comes out of his own backfield on the dribble. Flips it long, looking for Ambersley. Makes loose for the Riverhounds defense. Into the 86th minute. Malotto. Through for Kerr. Kevin Kerr. He's troublesome. Shot hit first time by Okai. Green on the throw. And he get it over on the ground into the penalty area. Clipped out by James Musa. Kept on the chest by Brian Gall. Barkley with the long ball out of his own backfield. Flicked on by Ambersley to Jameel Hardware. 1 against 5. Those are bad odds, even if you're Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, Pittsburgh got numbers back in a hurry.
Parker Marr for Mike Ambersley into the penalty area, looking for Gall. Barkley doing the tackling. Cochran. On the ground for Bouchou. Barkley again. Fink changing it for Patrick Duty. That's cut out very alertly by Kevin Kerr from the Riverhounds. Kerr, a wonderful run by number 28, Vinny Dantas, but he's whistled up offside.
Yeah, Dantas clearly offside on that play. It's a good thing because now St. Louis FC pushing more bodies into the attack, wanting to get 3 points at home, are a little bit vulnerable to the counterattack.
Another Indiana player to join the fray, number 31, Nikita Kotloff.
But if you're St. Louis FC's Jeremy Lynch, you're going to be seeing that save in your sleep tonight, tomorrow night, the next night. The save made by Ryan Thompson in the early part of the second half.
So Kotloff comes on for Jameel Hardware in our continuing theme of players from Indiana University playing in this league. It's Nikita Kotloff. Perhaps he could pull off some magic that he used to do at Indiana. He got the lone goal in the 2012 NCAA final over Georgetown. Into the 88th minute. Pittsburgh sent it long, but Barkley cuts it out. They were whistled up offside. To the 89th minute. Jameel Hardware moments ago.
We're going to take you back to that save from early in the second half. What a stop that was.
That was Ryan Thompson at his near post, making perhaps
the game-changing save.
Save.
That was a massive save.
Now Mike Ambersley from Patrick Duty. Good running from Nikita Kotloff, who just entered the match. Tried to play it off that last defender to win the corner, can't quite do so. The window chasing is Kotloff, cleared by Willie Hunt. It's out of play on the throw, the quick throw from Duty. Musa entering the 90th minute. Can St. Louis FC pull off some astounding magic here and get 3 points somehow, some way?
Well, Bill, it would be pandemonium if St. Louis FC comes up with a goal here for this sellout crowd.
Barklage lying deeper than ever now. Rabushu. This is Musa. Brian Gall couldn't quite keep it.
Brian Gall still working, though.
Mike Green doing that defending against Gall. Play on the throw, it's Duty.
Tell him to turn there.
Duty still in possession for Jacob Bushu. On the ground for Kotloff. Kerr tried to flick it on. Falls to the center circle for Sam Fink. Early for Cochran. Bushu cuts it out.
3 minutes of added time to the half.
3 minutes of added time for Parker Morrow. Out on right flank for Mike Embersley. Can he get it over? Keeps it on the dribble. Into the penalty area. Cut out and clear. The Riverhounds can't get forward. Sam Fink for James Musa. Long ball looking for Gall. Willie Hunt flicked it on. Gall tried to keep it. Alert goalkeeping yet one more time by Ryan Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson's, he's the real deal.
Positively.
Yeah, he reads the game well. He's very athletic. His reactions are outstanding.
And without question, immediately discernible as a national team goalkeeper. We said he is for Jamaica.
And we just said he's the difference maker tonight. Just that one incredible save, and 3 or 4 other times really coming off his line, reading the play well, and making the important play.
Recent victory over Venezuela. He was the difference maker in that particular game. Dantas. Stephen Okai. St. Louis FC still chasing. Thompson yet again.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's attendance, 5,280.
Willie Hunt defending for the Riverhounds. St. Louis FC looking for Brian Gall. Musa lets it roll for Mark Pace. Just send it forward. Get it as far forward as soon as possible. Pace does just that. Flicked on, looking for goal. Whistled up for a foul. Was either Jacob Bushu?
There must have been an early push.
Bushu on the push when he flicked that on for Brian Gall. Number 15. Kene Ize.
And the referee very close to the play as well. He must have seen something.
The 93rd minute. This is Dantas, striker from Sao Paulo, who has the tying goal for the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds in his match over St. Louis FC.
And he's almost the Hulk. You see how wide he is?
He's wide. The Hulk in Brazil's first 11. The Riverhounds, can they get one more ball over? They can, in the person of number 8, Mike Green.
Good slide tackle, but you're holding your breath when they slide in the penalty area like that.
Positively, especially in the 93rd minute. And you continue to hold your breath.
On the corner kick.
Wins a corner here in the absolute dying moments. Whipped into the opposite post. Bit too long. And there goes the whistle. Ryan Gall chased it down, but the final 1-1. Dale Shilley, somewhat dejected, had to like some of the things were done by his home team. Brandon Barklage, the goal scorer for St. Louis FC. This one was witnessed by 5,280 here at Denny Long Field, Marshall Wireless Stadium, the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. Ty Keogh, final thoughts?
Well, Bill, it was some entertaining stuff, no question about it. St. Louis FC came out and responded to this crowd. They looked convincing in their attacking play. They forced several saves out of Ryan Thompson, one phenomenal save early in the second half. Also some defensive blocks by the Pittsburgh Riverhound defenders end up being crucial, or St. Louis FC would have had a couple of more goals. But give the Pittsburgh Riverhounds some credit. They look to be an established team, organized. They kind of know what they're doing. They manage the game well. They come up with a tying goal on the road, consolidate it, and get the point as they go home. But a fun evening, tremendous atmosphere, perfect conditions here at the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. And it's just fun to see St. Louis professional outdoor soccer in front of such a fantastic support level shown by the fans here in St. Louis.
So the Rochester Rhinos coming to town next week, a long-established team in American soccer. They come in for an April 18th match, 7:30 again, starting time here at Worldwide Technology Soccer Park. What does Dale Shilley and Ralph Richards and Tim Leonard and Brian Jones work on this week?
Well, I think they do want to be able to convert a higher percentage of the dangerous crosses coming in from Duty, let's say. Remember, he put the ball right on a couple of attackers' heads, and those shots were not on target. So if they could execute just a little bit better, they've got the coordination. They're getting balls into dangerous places. They're testing the other team's central defense, but the final touch, and that's always the key, can you finish? Left a little bit to be desired. They get one goal, they maybe should have come up with a couple of more with a little bit better quality on the finishing.
The quality of play.
I liked it. I mean, the team looks well organized. I mean, Barklage really gives that depth in midfield. He gives the good vision. When he does get the ball, he receives it, he switches the point of attack. He wins a lot of balls in midfield, too, which can turn the tide of a match as well. So Barklage is huge as an anchor deep in the midfield. The mobility is outstanding. Gall is all over the place. Lynch is all over the place. We mentioned Hardware making runs from midfield. You got your wing backs. Duty, so dangerous from the left side with those crosses. So there's a lot of good things, a lot of really positive elements to St. Louis FC's play. They just have to have it pay off with more balls in the net, that's all.
Pretty simple. The ultimate bugaboo of every team around the world. Possession, keep it nicely, attractive soccer in the process, wide backs attacking, midfielders getting involved, but no 3 points at home to show for it. That's the frustrating aspect of this.
Right, and I think Pittsburgh played well enough to earn a goal. But St. Louis FC played well enough to score 3 or 4 goals. They didn't. They only had one goal, so they more or less get the result that Pittsburgh Riverhounds earned by managing the game well.
Well, we want you to stay tuned here on KTRS, the Big 550, the After 90 post-game show. Jim Hewer, John Hadley, Matt Bird, Zach Godat. They'll be talking about this one. Brandon Barklage scores for St. Louis FC on a corner kick from Patrick Duty. That was in the 43rd minute. And then Vinny Dantas, he got the equalizer for the visiting Pittsburgh Riverhounds. The Hulk.
But Ryan Thompson, the goalkeeper from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, the difference maker, makes that huge save early in the second half, changes the game completely.
He got the points for his team on the road. Ryan Thompson, the Jamaican national team goalkeeper. Fun working with you again, as always, Ty Keogh.
Same here, Bill.
That is Ty Keogh. I'm Bill McDermott. For our producer, Jim Hewer, did a wonderful job for us tonight. Once again, the final score, 1-1, a tie between the visiting
Pittsburgh Riverhounds and your homestanding St. Louis FC. Don't forget, join us again next Saturday night. That's next Saturday night, April 18th. Game time, 7:30. 1-1 the final. Good night, everybody. From the Worldwide Technology Soccer Park, I'm Bill McDermott for Ty Keel and Jim Hewer. You're listening to St. Louis FC Soccer, USL, on the Big 550 KTRS.